Good day, human Latiosites. This is Latios Zuberal, and welcome to the final day of the Generation Showdown competition on Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Yes, this is the final day of the second competition. So, let's actually do this. Let's get into the intranet, because hopefully we won't have as many internet problems today. And I really do mean that. I am really sorry that about a third of the battles that we had last time, or at least 30%, did end abruptly thanks to internet malfunctions. However, hopefully today we won't have such problems. I know there's always a chance, and that things happen. Also, today I'm actually not in my normal location. I am actually visiting, well, home from university for the day, so I'm recording from here. The internet's not as great here, so hopefully we don't have any internet problems. But with that said, we're going to enter the online competition for the final time this week, I guess. So, let's do this, I suppose. So while we look for a challenger, right now we're at 11 wins, 9 losses, with a 2-game differential. We should actually have a 3-game differential, but last time we had a few battles, and not the way they should have. We won one we shouldn't have won, and we lost 2 we should have won. That said, I see my opponent has the Charizard, the Groudon. That Mewtwo does scare me. That Aegislash could be a problem. Although the Togekiss sort of bothers me. The Nidoking does, but not as much as the Mewtwo. I kind of want to bring Greninja for that Mewtwo. As far as, because I know Aura Sphere is a thing on Mewtwo, but we do have the Focus Sash. Unless the opponent chooses to double up on Mewtwo with an, I guess, Shadow Sneak on the Aegislash. Break the sash, that is. So, I don't think I want to bring Serperior for this one. I will be bringing, I suppose, I don't know if Togekiss is the best option with that Aegislash out there. But at the same time, Porygon 2 isn't going to do too much against this team. I mean, it's an option for the Nidoking especially. So I'm going to go Greninja, Porygon 2, Kyogre, Rayquaza. If that's a Primal Ground, I'm going to need Mega Rayquaza to get rid of that drought, or whatever the heck it's called. The Desolate Land, or whatever. But we are going to be taking on Marco, our first opponent, today. So, our opponent is going to be leading off Mewtwo Charizard. Not too surprised. If it's a Charizard Y, it's going to bring out the Drought to begin with, which is kind of going to suck, but Kyogre can easily get rid of that. So can Rayquaza, for that matter. So we're going to trace the pressure, which is kind of not that important. Maybe it is. Maybe it's going to help us. Who knows? But I really need to get rid of that Mewtwo. Mewtwo must be taken care of, so I'm going to just double up on the Mewtwo. Watch, I don't think Mewtwo's going to run Protect, although it could. But I don't see that many Protect Mewtwo's out there. You never really do know. The Mega Evolution is going to be the Mewtwo Y, so I'm kind of glad I double-upped on the Mewtwo. But at the same time, yeah, we are going to actually outspeed, so we're going to land the Dark Pulse, which is actually going to do some damage, not nearly enough. Maybe we can get the flinch, though. Mewtwo is going to taunt on the, Greninja. Alright, Greninja's going to avoid the Heat Wave, which is actually really nice, because we're going to preserve the Sash. So, I don't know why Mewtwo didn't taunt the didn't taunt Porygon 2. That actually would have been the smarter move, because we can always just recover at this point. So now, let's actually... Now that I see Mewtwo is... Well, Mewtwo's outsped by Greninja, we can definitely take it out. I'm gonna go for the Thunderbolt on the Charizard at this point. because my opponent is actually going to withdraw Mewtwo and go into the Groudon. So I'm really glad that I Thunderbolted on the Charizard. Alright. I'm really glad I didn't go for the Hydro Pump on the Charizard, which is what I was considering doing, because now that that Desolate Land is going to be up, that actually is going to suck. So, we're going to land the Dark Pulse on the Groudon, which is going to do some damage, but not nearly enough. So, Porygon 2 is going to avoid the Heat Wave, and that is going to bring us down to Sash, because it is going to be increased in power thanks to that, well, Drought. Well, that intensified Drought. Can we get the power on the... No, we can't get the power on the Charizard, and Charizard does have that Solar Power. So, let's Dark Pulse on the Groudon, and I'm gonna try Attack on the Groudon. I'm more afraid of the Groudon than the Charizard at this point, especially if it has Solar Power. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go down after one hit anyway. So it's probably gonna do more power, so it might actually take down Porygon 2. Yeah, but it's also gonna take down Charizard at this point, I'm pretty sure. So Charizard is going to probably go down from the Solar Power. So, that's taken care of. Also, we can get rid of the... We can get rid of the Desolate Land, thanks to Rayquaza's Mega Evolution. Kyogre is not going to bring out the Rain, though, which is going to be unfortunate. Now, Kyogre might be able to actually outspeed, so if we can... So once we Mega Evolve, I can go for the Water Spout. My opponent might actually switch out the Groudon, which I wouldn't be too surprised if my opponent does that. So I'm actually just going to Mega Evolve, and I'm going to actually Swords Dance on Rayquaza, because I'm just going to be relying on the fact that Kyogre can outspeed the Mewtwo. Kyogre should be able to outspeed the Groudon with no problem. The Mega Evolution is going to bring up a Delta Stream, which will get rid of Desolate Land. My opponent is going to opt to switch out the Groudon in order to manage to preserve the Desolate Land, because my opponent is going to see that I'm going to Mega Evolve most likely. That is going to bring up the Delta Stream, which is going to be a moot point, because although we are going to probably be able to take out the Mewtwo and the Nidoking, the problem is going to, of course, be that Groudon later on. Now, Mewtwo is going to outspeed and go for a Psy Strike on Kyogre, so that's actually going to do some damage. But we should still be able to take out the Mewtwo, because it's still Stab. But Water Spout probably isn't going to take out the Nidoking at this point. Yeah, it's not going to quite do enough to take out Nidoking. Groudon's going to come back in for the Desolate Land. So I probably shouldn't have Mega Evolved with Rayquaza, to be honest. Although on the other hand, Water Spout wouldn't have landed. No, Water Spout would have landed, but if he didn't switch out, then I would have been over-predicting. So I'm going to have to actually Ice Beam on the Groudon. Or, you know what? I'm going to Ice Beam on the Nidoking and Dragon Claw on the Groudon, because Rayquaza can definitely outspeed Groudon. So this way, Groudon is taken care of. Ice Beam is going to be super effective on the Nidoking, and we should be able to win this. Unless Nidoking outspeeds Kyogre, which I don't think is going to happen. Nidoking is going to Ice Beam on Rayquaza, which actually will take us down, but we are going to land the Ice Beam on the Nidoking unless it is in fact unless it's Bright Powder, which I highly doubt. Unless it has a lot of specialty investments. No, it doesn't. Okay, so that is going to be a win. So that's our first battle today, which is going to go into the win column. With that, we defeated Marco. That was actually an interesting battle. I can't say I was surprised about the switch out with Groudon in order to preserve the Desolate Land. It did definitely make sense. So, GG, man. Let's go on to battle number 2. So that's going to bring us to 12-9, a 3-game differential. With a score of 15-28. As I said, we're not going to make it in the 1600s, most likely. I am not a very great VGC battler. All I can do is try. Next up, we're going to be going up against Camilo from Chile. So, I see the Porygon 2, it looks a little bit intimidating. The Xerneas is going to be a problem. The Groudon does bother me. Metagross could be an issue. That's likely the Mega Evolution. Garchomp, probably my guess would be it's a Scarf Chomp, just a guess. And that's either a Charizard Y or just some kind of a setup Charizard, I really don't know. I've been seeing a lot of non-Mega Evolution Charizards lately, which I don't know why. Because although it is pretty crippled from Rock, which unfortunately we don't have any Rock coverage on this team. So I think I'm gonna go with... I semi-wish I had Gunk Shot on my Greninja for the Xerneas, but I don't. This is my Mat Blocker, which I haven't been using very much to begin with. Well, the Mat Block, that is. I am going to want to lead off Greninja, and... do I want to use Superior? Because it's not going to do too much on the Groudon. I mean, Togekiss does have that immunity to Groudon's, well, one stab. But at the same time, there's not too much we can do on the Primal Reversion and the Fire typing. But I think I'm actually going to go with Togekiss because of... just so we can get some immunity to some of the team's stab. And I'm going to go Kyogre Rayquaza. So I am expecting the Mega Metagross, the Xerneas, the Porygon 2, and the Primal Groudon, unless I see the Scarf Chomp in place of the Porygon 2, would be my guess. So there's the Groudon and the Metagross, as I did expect. Although I actually expected the Xerneas Metagross lead off, I expected Groudon in the back, but maybe my opponent didn't bring Xerneas, although I'm pretty sure my opponent did. We'll see. Alright, now, I can't T-Wave the Groudon because it's a Groudon, but what I can do is Dark Pulse the Metagross, and I want to Flamethrower the Metagross. I want to just go for the Metagross right now. I can't imagine... there's the Mega Metagross as I have expected. Sorry about that. Alright, so we are going to take that Solar Beam, which is going to kind of hurt, but it's going to break our Sash, but we are going to have actually landed the Dark Pulse and the Flamethrower to take out the Metagross, which will actually be a very nice thing for us. So I'm actually just going to Dark Pulse the Charizard. I would like to get a flinch on that thing, and I kind of want to Air Slash the Groudon. I want to just double up on the flinch here. I probably should have Dark Pulsed the Groudon, to be honest. But the thing is, Groudon isn't going to be able to do too much, and Charizard's going to fly anyway. So, someone's going to take a fly from that thing, and we do get the flinch from the Groudon. This might actually be an in-game team, to be honest. So, let's just double flinch on the Groudon, I guess. So we are going to land the Dark Pulse and the Air Slash, so that should be able to take out the Groudon at this point. That is going to take out the Groudon. The Charizard is probably going to land the Fly, which is... no, we're going to avoid the Fly! I'm really glad I run Bright Powder on Togekiss, even though it doesn't make that big of a difference in this case. But Bright Powder Togekiss is kind of funny. It's really fun because it has the Serene Grace for the flinch, and the, it avoids hits. That said, the Xerneas is going to come out. I think I'm actually just going to Hydro Pump on the Xerneas. I kind of want to just get rid of that Xerneas, so I'm just going to Air Slash Hydro Pump. I just want to go for power on that thing. Watch us miss the Hydro Pump, just because. No, we're gonna land the Hydro Pump. That is gonna hurt a little bit. Not too much, because Xerneas does have some special bulk. But we're also gonna land the Air Slash. So, are we gonna get the flinch? We are gonna get the flinch! Oh my god, that is awesome. Alright. So we're gonna get the flinch on the Xerneas, which is really nice. Charizard's gonna be a +1 attack and speed, so it's a D-Dancing Charizard, but it's not a Mega Evolution. I kinda wanna get rid of the Charizard now, since it is at +1 attack and speed. So we're gonna go for that Hydro Pump, which is gonna take out the Charizard, no doubt. There's no way Charizard lives that. Then we're gonna land we're gonna go for the Air Slash. We could miss the Air Slash, but I don't think we are. I kind of feel this one landing. So we're gonna land the Air Slash, which is going to not take out the Xerneas, but we're gonna get the flinch again! Oh my god, that is so awesome. I'm actually just gonna go for the Ice Beam on the Xerneas to finish it off. So, you know, I'm gonna go for a Flamethrower, just in case. I'm just gonna go for a move that is short hit. So that is going to be a 4-0. And boy, that was some nice hacks. So it looks like so far today, hacks is actually working in our favor. Although Togekiss is sort of a hacks Pokemon in its own right because of that Serene Grace. Serene Grace is just a nice way of saying better chance of hacks. But you know what? You gotta love. I didn't mean to save the video, but you gotta love that. You do gotta love that. So. We're gonna move on to battle number 3. That is gonna bring us to 13-9 with a 4-game differential. So far today, we are actually doing okay. So far we're 2 for 2, although things could easily turn around in a second. So here we go against our next opponent, who is from Japan. Not a horrible rating. I get a somewhat bad feeling. I'm assuming we're gonna see the Mega Rayquaza and the Thundurus lead off. I'm assuming we're going to see the Thundurus lead off, with my guess. My guess would be Thundurus and possibly Whimsicott. I see 2 Prankster Pokemon, so I don't know what to think of that. The Bisharp is definitely going to be a thing to take into account because of that Sucker Punch. And most likely Terrakion is going to have the Focus Sash, which is going to be something we're going to have to think about. The Whimsicott is likely gonna set up Prankster Tailwind, which is gonna be a problem. So I'm gonna want to somehow take care of that thing easily. I think I'm gonna lead off Togekiss for that. So I'm gonna go Greninja Togekiss. And I don't know how much Superior can do other than the Terrakion, but since there's no Primal Groudon, I'm not too concerned about bringing Kyogre. Porygon, so far that's going to be the 3rd battle we go, and we're not going to have Superior yet in our team. But, let's do this. I really do want to bring Superior. I really like using Contrary Superior. It's really a really cool Pokemon. A little bit on the gimmicky side, but it is really cool to just go for a Leaf Storm and increase special attack. So you use Ultra Powerful Attack and Stab, and then go +2. It's just really nice. So my opponent is going to lead off Rayquaza Thundurus. As I said, that Thundurus lead off was inevitable. My guess is going to be a Mega Rayquaza. So I need to take care of something. The Rayquaza is definitely something I want to get rid of. But at the same time, I can't let it set up. I can't let Rayquaza set up or we're going to be in trouble. This could actually cost me the battle. You know what? I want to Ice Beam... Well, no, I can't. I have to Ice Beam the Rayquaza, because it's going to get rid of Thundurus' weakness to, It's going to get rid of Thundurus' weakness to Ice Beam if it Mega Evolves, so I have to go for the Rayquaza, and I want to T-Wave it. I want to cripple that Rayquaza. My opponent's actually going to withdraw. Let me guess, Blaziken? No, Bisharp. Well, you know what? I'm okay with T-Waving the Bisharp. But unfortunately, Greninja is gonna get T-Waved, which kinda sucks. So we're gonna go for the Ice Beam on the Bisharp, which is kind of unfortunate. If we get the Freeze Hacks, I'm actually hoping we don't. I want the T-Wave to land. So we're gonna land the T-Wave, which is going to pretty much semi-cripple the Bisharp, although Sucker Punch is still a thing. So now I kind of want to Ice Beam the Thundurus, and Let's Flamethrower the Bisharp. Because this way, I mean, I don't know if my opponent's going to expect the Flamethrower. Maybe my opponent will. Okay, so my opponent is going to actually taunt Togekiss, which is perfectly okay with me, because we're going to land the Flamethrower, which is going to do some serious damage to take out the Bisharp, which I am okay with at this rate. Although Rayquaza is going to come in, we're going to land the Ice Beam on the Thundurus, which is going to hurt a little bit. I'm pretty sure it has probably EVs and Special Defense, and it is going to eat its Citrus Berry, because it's hungry. What can I say? So, I'm guessing the Rayquaza is going to come into Mega Evolve, would be my guess at this point, so now the Ice Beam won't do as much. Yeah, there's the Rayquaza. Can't say I'm too surprised. Togekiss is probably... I can't T-Wave now, though. I can't T-Wave, but I can Air Slash. I can Air Slash. So just in case Thundurus is going to go for a Thunderbolt on Greninja, just in case, I'm just gonna do that. So I know the Rayquaza is gonna Mega Evolve. I know that it's gonna be resisted now. It's gonna be resisted on the Thundurus, the Air Slash, but it's Stab. And just in case it's gonna Thunderbolt on Greninja, I don't want it to attack Greninja. Rayquaza is actually gonna E-Speed on Greninja, which is going to break our Sash, which really does suck. Now, if we can get the flinch on the Thundurus, that would be awesome. Can we get the flinch? We are gonna get the flinch! Which is really nice, since now we're gonna land the Ice Beam on the Rayquaza. Can we get the freeze? No freeze? Okay, that's fine. That is perfectly fine with me. So now, Greninja is gonna go down to an E-Speed. There's no way Greninja doesn't go down to an E-Speed at this point. But I'm gonna Flamethrower the Thundurus. I probably should have actually Air Slashed the Rayquaza, but I'm more afraid of that Thundurus right this second, because I can easily E-Speed the Rayquaza. So Thundurus is going to T-Wave us, but is Togekiss going to break through? We are going to break through the Para and go for the Flamethrower, which is not quite going to do enough. The taunt did wear off. I'm going to go into Rayquaza at this point, I think, and E-Speed. Unless, if I can live I'm gonna go into Kyogre, I think. I'm gonna go into Kyogre, and I'm actually going to... I think I'm actually going to Water Spout. I know the E-Speed's coming, but this way, just in case Togekiss is fully parried. So I actually want to Flamethrower the Thundurus, because the last thing I need is Rayquaza being paralyzed. I know the T-Wave is going to come on Kyogre. There's no way it doesn't... Wow, you're going to taunt. I'm really surprised about that. So Rayquaza is going to land the Dragon Ascent, which is probably going to one-shot Kyogre then. Unless it's not fully invested in attack. We are going to just live that. So that is probably a dead Rayquaza now. We're going to land the Water Spout, even if it's resisted. No, wait a minute. That did not do enough. Oh, because of the... We're live at 10. Shoot. Alright. That didn't do as much as I needed to do. Because we were at 10 HP. I forgot Water Spout. I should have just attacked the Thundurus. I'm stupid. Alright, let's... get rid of that Thundurus. Dragon Ascent is gonna land. It's gonna take out Kyogre at this point, unless my opponent is going for Togekiss, which should live. So Kyogre is gonna land the Ice Beam, which it should take out Thundurus. Even if it's neutral, it should still take it out. So we don't have to worry about Rayquaza getting T-Waved. Togekiss is going to be fully parried, though. And my opponent has one more Pokemon, which I'm guessing is the Blaziken? It is the Blaziken. So... I want to get rid of something. I want to Ice Beam, and... I guess I have to Air Slash the Blaziken. Because Rayquaza's going to E-Speed something, so it's going to take out the Kyogre. We can E-Speed the Rayquaza, though, next turn. HP Ice? Really? It doesn't even make a difference, though, because it's gonna be enough either way. So now we're in a bit of trouble here. That's a Life Orb Blaziken. And it's gonna be faster. Alright. I'm gonna go into Rayquaza. I'm gonna have to Mega Evolve and E-Speed. We're gonna be in some trouble here. I have to Mega Evolve because of... Oh, yeah, it's just obvious, so... I'm gonna have to E-Speed the other Mega Rayquaza and just hope we can live a hit from the Blaziken. The Mega Rayquaza is gonna outspeed us because we didn't Mega Evolve yet. So now we're gonna Mega Evolve, but we're not gonna outspeed that Rayquaza. It's gonna go for its E-Speed on us. No, we're gonna actually outspeed, which will take it out easily. So what we need now is we have to live. The Delta Stream is still gonna be up. So the HP Ice is going to be super effective. But it's an HP Ice from a Blaziken, so... We have to E-Speed now. Because I don't think we can outspeed a Blaziken any other way. So it's a matter of how much defense does that thing have. So let's go for the E-Speed on the Blaziken. And it's all about, is his Life Orb gonna do enough? Not quite. So we're gonna actually lose this battle because of a Hidden Power Blaziken. What? We're seriously gonna lose to a Hidden Power Blaziken. Hidden Power Blaziken. What the heck? Life Orb will take it down, but we still lost the battle. It's an 0-0 battle, but we still lost. So, that was actually a really close battle. It was a really close battle, but it is going to unfortunately be a loss for us. But seriously, Hidden Power Blaziken. I have never run into one of those before. I'm pretty sure... Was that an in-game team? I mean, the thing is... Thundurus and Whimsicott, it just doesn't feel like it would be. Alright, I see an Audino. Is this gonna be one of those tacky, Audino teams? That could be interesting. I'm not gonna lie. So I see the Aromatisse, the Conkeldurr, Mega Mawile, or a Mega Audino. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be the Mega Audino. That would be interesting. Definitely interesting. Although, running camera up seems odd. We do have free range to go for Kyogre and Rayquaza, though, at this point. So, I want to bring Togekiss for that Conkeldurr. And I see the Aromatisse, so I kind of want to bring Greninja in place of Serperior, because there's not much Dragon Ball is going to do. And as far as Leaf Storm, it's not going to really attack too much. I mean, we could go Porygon too, but I think Togekiss is probably a better option for the Conkeldurr. So, I guess we'll do Greninja, Togekiss, Kyogre, Rayquaza again. Alright. So here we go against HT Ravio, our next opponent. So, our opponent is going to be leading off with Audino Mawile. That is interesting. That's really interesting. My guess is it's going to be the Mega Mawile with the Helping Hand Audino would just be my guess, because I really don't know what else is going to happen. The Intimidate isn't really going to be that big of a deal in this case, so we have to get rid of that Mawile. So, I want to Flamethrower it. It's probably going to Protect, to be honest. It is going to be the Mega Mawile, as I expected. It's probably going to be a Helping Hand Sucker Punch, be my guess, which will be resisted by both. Now, Mawile is going to actually Protect. Well, let me guess. Toxic, then? So, Audino going to Toxic. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a Toxic. My opponent might actually be just... No, it's a Trick Room! I did not expect the Trick Room Audino. I'm not going to lie. Alright, we have to actually... I still have to get rid of that Mawile. So you know what? Just in case... No, Mawaile's not going to have any investment. I have to actually attack the Mawaile. It's going to attack one of our Pokemon. It is going to go for the knockoff on Greninja. So, Audino is going to get rid of our Sash. So, Iron Head. We're going to avoid the Iron Head. Bright Powder. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to land the... Do not miss the Hydro Pump. So we're going to land the Flamethrower and the Hydro Pump, which will effectively take out the Mawile. Which is really nice to be able to have done. The Audino is still going to be a problem, but it doesn't seem to be as supportive of an Audino. The Electros is going to be a problem now. Do I take out Greninja, though? I have to Dark Pulse the Electros. It's going to go for one of our Pokemon, no doubt. But I have to actually Flamethrower it. I could probably T-Wave the Audino, but... Alright, so we're going to lose our Bright Powder. Whatever. I mean, what am I going to do? So Electros is actually going to Volt Switch on the Greninja, which is actually going to be super effective and take us out because of that stupid Trick Room that's up. So we're going to land a Flamethrower on whatever comes in, which is going to be what? Conkeldurr. Oh, it's going to get the burn. It's going to get the Flame Orb then, isn't it? Unless we get the Burn Hacks. No, it's going to get a... So, basically, Conkeldurr is actually going to get the Guts Boost now. Since my opponent went for the Volt Switch in, it's a free Guts Boost. So we're going to get the Rain up, but that's not going to make a difference because we're going to be out... No, my opponent does not get the Guts Boost. We're going to go for a Water Spout. Although I guarantee we're going to have some problems here. I'm going to Air Slash on the Conkeldurr, even though we're going to be outsped by it. It's going to probably Drain Punch Kyogre, would be my guess. Unless... No, it's going to Ice Punch on Togekiss? I didn't quite expect that. So Knockoff is going to take off our Assault Vest. And it's going to get a crit, but we're going to lose our Assault Vest. We're going to land a Water Spout in the rain, which is going to do some serious damage. But we're going to land the Air Slash, which is going to take down the Conkeldurr. No big problem there. Interesting that it's not Guts Boost, though. I kind of expected that. If the Trick Room wears off, that would be awesome. Because the Electros is going to come out. And I kind of expect the Volt Switch on Kyogre right now, and I want to go into Rayquaza. But at the same time, eventually I'm going to go for a Surf, because if Kyogre survives, Togekiss won't this turn. So I want to get rid of something. I'm going to go for the Aura Sphere on the Audino, just because. Now, Audino is going to actually protect. The Electros is going to Volt Switch on whom? Oh, that actually really sucks, because now we're actually going to miss the Aura Sphere. That is actually the worst case scenario. The dimensions are back to normal, though, which is useful, I suppose, because now I can easily E-Speed the Audino before it can set up the Trick Room. So let's actually do that. Let's E-Speed, or no, we don't have to E-Speed even. We can just Dragon Claw. In fact, I can probably Dragon Claw the Electros then. So you know what, I'm just going to double attack the Electros. Because Audino can just go for whatever knockoff or Trick Room at once. Because it's not going to do too much to Rayquaza without the Electros. And since the rain's going to go away, we can usually just go for a Flamethrower. So we're going to go for the Dragon Claw, which is going to go down and take enough health away that we can go for a Flamethrower, which will take out the Electros. So Electros is going to go down. I don't think Audino can win this battle alone. It's going to knock off to get rid of our Life Orb, but it's not going to do nearly enough damage to make a difference. It is going to get another crit, though. But now, at this point, we can just no, it can't Mega Evolve because it was the Mega Mawile. So we can just take care of it like that, I guess. I mean, it could go for Protect just to prolong the battle, but what's the point of that? I mean, this battle is all but won at this point. Yeah, so we're going to take out the Audino. It does have that Rocky Helmet, but it doesn't really matter because that's the game. So, that will be another win. So far today, we are 3-1. So far, we're actually doing okay. So let's continue on to battle number 5. That'll bring us to 14 wins, 10 losses, a 4-game differential. So far today, we've won 3 out of 4 games, but the one we lost, it was a 0-0. So, really interesting. So I see the Greninja, which semi-scares me. Donphan is going to have that Ice Shard, most likely, which is going to be a problem. The Groudon scares me the most, though. I see the Swampert, so I actually want to bring Serperior this time. I see a Charizard, Kyogre, which could be a problem, to be honest. So I'm actually going to bring Serperior this time. So I'm going to go Greninja, Serperior. I kind of want to bring Kyogre and Rayquaza. I'm afraid not to bring Rayquaza right now because of the weather. Togekiss could take care of Greninja, but not that big a deal because Greninja could have Ice Beam in return. Unless it's physical Greninja, in which case Water Shuriken is a Water Shuriken thing. So, let's do this. Because Serperior can handle the Greninja, the Donphan, the Kyogre, the Swampert, possibly the Groudon, just not the Charizard. So JJ is going to be... We're going to be leading off Greninja Serperior. So this is actually the first battle today we're using Serperior. JJ is going to be leading off Greninja Swampert. Really glad I let off Serperior, to be honest. So, I'm actually going to Hydro Pump... No, actually, no, I think I want a Mat Block, to be honest. I want to Mat Block and Leaf Storm the Swampert. If our Greninja can outspeed, then Mat Block will actually save us a great deal of, it'll save us our Sash, at the very least. So we are gonna land the Mat Block, which is really nice, at least first. So, we will be safe this first turn to just go set up a Leaf Storm. So, Greninja is going to go for the Ice Beam, which is going to be blocked. We're going to land the Leaf Storm, which should take out the Swampert. And we're going to be a +2. I'd say that works. And now, since the Greninja is Ice-type, not Water-type, we're free to go for a Hydro Pump on it. Unless we just go for a Dark Pulse, which is sure to hit and could get the flinch. Because flinch would be nice, although then again, that Charizard does look a little bit intimidating to me, to be honest. I kind of want to take care of the Charizard, but at the same time, Greninja must go. So I'm actually going to double up on the Greninja right now. My opponent's actually going to take out the Greninja and go into Groudon. Oh dear god, it's going to Primal Revert, isn't it? Alright, so the Hydro Pump is not going to land, but we are going to get a neutral Leaf Storm off. So my opponent, I guess my opponent did not bring... The Charizard's actually going to outspeed Serperior with the Heat Wave, which is actually going to take out Serperior thanks to the Desolate Land. That was actually a very smart play on my opponent's part. Alright. Hydro Pump is not going to land in the heat, and the Charizard with the solar power is going to lose some of its health. So, I need to get rid of that. I need to get rid of the sun. My opponent's probably going to switch out Groudon right now. Would be my guess. So I'm actually going to Hydro Pump. I kind of want to Hydro Pump the Groudon and Mega Evolve. Even if my opponent is going to go into the... Even if my opponent goes into Greninja, I should be okay to just Dragon Claw it. Because Groudon has to go if he doesn't switch it out. Which he's not going to switch out, so I'm kind of glad I didn't go for the... I'm kind of glad I didn't set up a Swords Dance right here. Although it will be nice to get this set up, I don't want to take the chance to give my opponent a free hit. So we're gonna get rid of the sun. Charizard is gonna land the Heat Wave. I'm pretty sure it's Scarfed. We're gonna lose Greninja though, which kind of sucks. But that is a Scarf Charizard, which I haven't seen very often. I don't see Scarf Charizard very often at all, if ever. So, Groudon's gonna land a neutral Rock Slide, which is gonna actually hurt, to be honest. Now my opponent's actually free to just switch out Groudon. So Charizard is actually gonna be a problem. And thanks to Rayquaza, we're not gonna bring out the rain. So you know what? I kind of want to Water Spout. And I guess I want a Dragon Claw still. My opponent is gonna opt to go back in the Greninja, so it is a good thing I went for the Dragon Claw. Because I know we're gonna take a Heat Wave to the face. Kyogre is gonna avoid it, so we seem to be avoiding Heat Waves. That's gonna hurt Rayquaza a little bit. As long as it doesn't burn, we're okay. So we're gonna land the Dragon Claw, which is gonna do some damage to the Greninja. So we're gonna easily take out the Charizard then with a Water Spout. So the Groudon is gonna come back in next turn, but we should be okay to just go for an Ice Beam on it. Because Groudon is gonna land a Rock Slide, but I don't think it can outspeed us though. It's gonna get rid of the Delta Stream, no problem. But we can easily just go for I don't know, actually. Will Ice Beam do enough? Will Ice Beam do enough? I mean, the thing is, we should still outspeed. In fact, I'm just gonna Dragon Ascent at this point. I'm just gonna go for the Dragon Ascent. This way, we'll just go for more power here. Because at this point, Rayquaza's defense doesn't even matter. So we're gonna land the Dragon Ascent, that's gonna take out Groudon, and that'll be the game. So that is gonna be another win. That'll be another win. So that's gonna bring us 4 wins and 1 loss so far for today. That was actually not bad. So we will continue. So that's gonna bring us to 15 and 10 with a 5-game differential. Wow. Okay. So next up, we're gonna be taking on Jam. All right. So I see the Greninja, Rotom Wash. I want to bring Superior for that. Haxorus, which could be a problem. I want to bring Superior for that too, to be honest. I see the Skarmory. I really want to bring... I need Kyogre and Porygon 2 for that. Mewtwo, I want to bring Greninja for that. And I see the Kyogre. Alright, so I want to bring Greninja Superior. I'm pretty sure there's going to be the Rotom Wash leadoff. Probably going to be choiced. Oh, it's probably going to be Scarfed. Probably wants to lead off Volt Switch, and then probably trick it out later on. My guess. I do have to bring Kyogre, because I do see that Skarmory. And I have to go for the Thunder or Water Spout, something like that. I could go for Thunderbolt and Porygon 2 just to live out the, to just do something to that Skarmory, which is an option, but I see the Mewtwo, which makes me not want to bring Porygon 2. Rayquaza, I think, should be able to get through most of what the opponent has. At least the Haxorus, we should be able to take care of. Can't do too much on the Kyogre, except we can... Unless it's Primal, we can easily avoid Ice Beam. If it's Primal, we can always double switch it out. Mewtwo is... I mean, we have Greninja Dark Pulse for that. The Greninja could be an issue, but we do have Superior, just Leaf Storm and set up. Haxorus is kind of the other problem, but we do have we have Dragon Pulse, we have Dragon Claw. Let's see. So. Alright. I am interested what Jam brought, but we're gonna leading off with Greninja Superior. Jam is gonna be leading off Mewtwo Rotom. I kind of expected that. Alright, so most likely, I'm just gonna actually, I think, Dark Pulse the Mewtwo. And I want to Leaf Storm the Rotom. Greninja does have the... Now, Rotom is probably going to outspeed with the Volt Switch. That is going to be a Mewtwo Y. I don't think we're going to outspeed that with Greninja. I mean, if that's a fully invested Mewtwo in speed, we won't outspeed it. So it's going to land the Aura Sphere, which is going to bring us down to Sash. But we do have the Sash. So we're going to land the Dark Pulse, which is going to hurt the Mewtwo, but not do too much. I'm guessing about half. Did a little more than I expected. So the Leaf Storm is going to land on the Rotom, which is really nice because it's going to one-shot, and we're going to be a +2 special attack. So Rotom is going to go down before it can Volt Switch out. It is not Scarfed, obviously. So, my opponent is going to go into the Greninja now. My Greninja is as good as dead at this point. There's no way we live that. I want to go for the Leaf Storm on the Greninja, but I kind of have to get rid of the Mewtwo. I have to get rid of the Mewtwo. So Mewtwo is going to Aura Sphere, I'm guessing on Greninja. Yeah, so Greninja's down. Greninja is probably going to Ice Beam on Superior. It's a crit. That 1 HP crit definitely mattered. Definitely mattered. Ice Beam is going to land on Superior. Is that going to take us down, though? If it's Life Orb, we're done. If it's not Life Orb, we might. Nah, that's going to take down Superior. Yeah, Life Orb, I think mattered. So we are going to have to go into Kyogre and Rayquaza. So, Life Orb did make a difference there, to be honest. I really want to get rid of the Mewtwo, so I think I might actually E-Speed on the Mewtwo, to be honest. Because there's no way Rayquaza is going to outspeed the Mewtwo right now. After we Mega Evolve, I think... No, we're not going to, because this one's Adamant, not Jolly. I think. This one is... 140. Yeah, it's Adamant, not Jolly. So yeah, I have to actually go for the E-Speed on the Mewtwo. So I'm gonna actually Water Spout, or I could actually. Yeah, I have to Water Spout because unless Greninja's gonna go for an Ice Beam, it's not gonna go for a Water move. That would be really, really kind of foolish. I have to actually E-Speed on the Mewtwo right now. My opponent is not gonna switch out. So, we are going to land the E-Speed on the Mewtwo. The thing is, if Mewtwo lives, then Water Spout is going to do nothing, because Mewtwo's probably going to Psy Strike. Now the question is, who is it going to Psy Strike? Unless... I don't know. So, we're going to land the E-Speed, obviously. Will that do enough? It will do enough. We do have that Life Orb, keep in mind. So, the question is, what is Greninja going to do? It is going to go for the Ice Beam, which is going to be weakened on Rayquaza. Kind of was an obvious move, to be honest, but it does have the Life Orb, so it's actually going to take us out. That Life Orb really makes the difference, to be honest. It really does make the difference, but we are going to land the Water Spout, which might take out Greninja, because we aren't full health, and it's neutral, so yeah, Greninja is going to go down, but now it's going to be up to Kyogre outside the rain. If my opponent has Kyogre, we're going to be in trouble. If the Primal Kyogre, we're in trouble. Yeah, there's the Primal Kyogre, most likely. Yeah, there's the Primal Kyogre. We really have no chance now. We really have no chance, because there's no way. You see, if I was smart enough to bring my Blue Orb like I intended to do, we actually would probably have this match, but now I have to go for a Thunder. If my opponent has Thunder, we lose. Yeah, my opponent is going to go for the Thunder. That is probably going to take us out. Although it's not Stab. But on the other hand, we're not going to take out the opponent. We really can't. Can we get a Para, though? Give me the Para. Give me the Para. Yes! Oh my god, I think we can win this now. That Hax, I think, just won us the battle. Because Thunder can't miss in the rain. That thing's para'd. So, that's... Hax wins us the battle. That is going to be another W because of Hax. I am going to openly admit we shouldn't have won that battle. Oh my god. Oh my god, today Hax is just with us. So far, that is 5 wins and 1 loss on an 0-0. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is Hax at its that is when Hax matters. That is what Hax is all about. Oh my god. I cannot believe that just happened. But that will bring us to 16-10 with a 6-game differential. I can't believe that happened. So we're going up against JJ with a rating in the 1600s. I see the Mega Kangaskhan, the Xerneas, the Murkrow, Aegislash. My guess is the Murkrow is going to have that Eviolite, which is going to be a problem. I see the Greninja, and I see the Groudon. Now, if my opponent leads off Kangaskhan Xerneas with either Aegislash or Greninja, then if my opponent leads off... My opponent, I feel like, is going to lead off Kangaskhan and Aegislash, or no, Kangaskhan and Greninja. Or Greninja Xerneas. My guess would be... I feel like I think I'm going to see the Life Orb Greninja. Although we just saw that. I kind of want to bring Kyogre or Rayquaza just because that Groudon is kind of a problem, and so is the Xerneas for that matter, so I'm going to need to bring Physical Attacker. And since I only have 1 Physical Attacker, Rayquaza is kind of important to bring. Kyogre pretty much can just empty the field if we need to with Water Spout. Porygon 2 can handle, I guess, the Murkrow, but at the same time... I'm gonna go Togekiss instead of Serperior, because I want to T-Wave something, and... there's really too much immunity, well, too much resistance, and the Xerneas immune to the Dragon Balls. Aegislash is gonna be resisting everything, so I really can't go with that. So, my opponent's gonna lead off Kangaskhan Xerneas. I expected Greninja Xerneas lead off, but... kind of, but whatever. Kangaskhan... close enough. So I want to T-Wave something. The question is, do I want to, like, map blocking wouldn't make any sense. I know we're going to get a Fake Out to the face on one of our Pokemon. It's kind of obvious. I kind of have to take out that Kangaskhan somehow. I do want to T-Wave the Xerneas, but at the same time, I really have to take care of that Kangaskhan, which is going to Fake Out one of our Pokemon, most likely Greninja, to break the Sash. Yeah, so Greninja is going to get that Fake Out, which is going to do half health because, well, to Mega Kangaskhan. Xerneas is going to get that free Geomancy, which really, truly sucks, because it's going to get that Power Herb, so it's going to be a +2 speed, special attack, and special defense. I really probably should have T-Waved it. So I'm pretty sure we just lost this battle, just like that. Because now the only thing that can take out Xerneas is Rayquaza from an E-Speed. But an E-Speed is not going to do enough to one-shot. And Orisphere didn't even do enough to Kangaskhan. So I really need to take that thing out. I have to Hydro Pump, and... although Dazzling Gleam is going to do some serious damage to our team. Now, Dazzling Gleam is a sure thing now. I guarantee Dazzling Gleam will take out... it's going to take out Greninja, it might take out Togekiss, although we have some special defense, just enough to live a hit. But if Kangaskhan outspeeds Togekiss, we are screwed. Yeah, Kangaskhan's going to outspeed, so that is actually... we're going to lose this battle. We can't win, because Xerneas is at double speed. If I would have T-Waved Xerneas, we would have had a small chance, but not quite the chance we would need. So this is pretty much a sure lose, I guess, because we'd have to outspeed. The only way we can win this is by living a Dazzling Gleam. But Rayquaza can't live a Dazzling Gleam from that thing. I don't even know if Kyogre can, but even if Kyogre can, the return is going to KO. So I have to actually E-Speed on the Xerneas. And I guess I have to Surf, because, I mean, I'm not gonna... Water Spout, we're not going to outspeed Kangaskhan, I don't think. Because I think this Kyogre's modest. One of the problems when you're dealing with legendaries that have good IVs and are shiny, they're hard to get, so you kind of have to deal with the nature you're given. It's one of the little drawbacks. This one is my, these are both from Heart Gold and Soul Silver, because obviously they're shiny locked in, ORAS. Alright, I'm gonna have to, I guess, Ice Beam something? Because Water Spout isn't gonna do anything when we're down to health, when we're down at health at the end. Do I Surf or do I have to Water Spout? We're gonna do absolutely nothing with Water Spout, that is, if we... My opponent's actually gonna switch out the Kangaskhan into... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No, wait a minute, that's actually good. It's actually really good, because Water Spout's gonna be super effective. Actually, quite effective on the Groudon. Because we're gonna Mega Evolve, which is gonna get rid of the Drought. So Desolate Land's gonna come up, only to just get replaced by the Delta Stream right away. My opponent should have actually waited a turn before switching, but this way my opponent's going to be able to double Fake Out. So my opponent will be able to Fake us out again, which should actually guarantee the win, assuming that Xerneas is able to... Xerneas is going to land the Dazzling Gleam, which is going to do... It's going to take out Rayquaza, and it's probably going to do enough on Kyogre to actually... for Water Spout not to do anything. So Xerneas is going to land the Dazzling Gleam, which is going to... do serious damage. It's going to take out Rayquaza, definitely. It'll bring Kyogre down to about half health. Water Spout will still take out Groudon. But the Fake Out from the Kangaskhan is still going to be too much. So we're going to take out the Groudon, but that doesn't really matter, because Kangaskhan is going to win the battle at this point, just Fake us out. Even if Kangaskhan didn't, the Dazzling Gleam is still going to... Actually, Dazzling Gleam won't, but Fake Out will. So we're going to lose this because of the Geomancy and the Fake Out. Yeah, there's the Fake Out. So yeah, we can't really do anything about that because of that priority flinch. We would have lived a Dazzling Gleam, but... Oh, is there just going to Thunderbolt at this point? Doesn't even... Then we would have lost either way. Although Thunderbolt's not stab, it still would have done enough. So... That is going to be a loss, which is going to be our second loss today, which is going to bring us down to a 5-game differential. So yeah, we pretty much got bodied there. There wasn't too much we could do against the Xerneas Mega Kangaskhan with this team that we have. So, it's going to bring us down to 16-11 with a 5-game differential. 3 more battles, though. If we would have brought Greninja, and Greninja had the, if Greninja was a physical attacker with the Gunk Shot, we could have taken care of the Xerneas, because it's actually... If Greninja were physical with the Gunk Shot, Xerneas would have been taken down, most likely, because we have the Sash, except the Fake Out's a thing. Fake Out is a Sash Breaker. So yeah, I don't know if there was much we could really do about that, because, I mean, the Fake Out takes care of one side of the field. The only thing we could really do against that would be if we had a Mega Lucario. That could handle that team, because of Iron Head and Close Combat. Alright, whatever the case. I see the Groudon, I see Yveltal, I see Crobat, Lopunny. That's probably the Mega Lopunny then. Whimsicott is probably going to set up a Tailwind, and I see the Crest, which is going to stall us forever and ever. My guess would be then... My guess is going to be the Whimsicott, the Lopunny, the Crest, and the Groudon. So it's probably going to be leading off Whimsicott and Lopunny, or Whimsicott Crest, with Groudon in the back somewhere, and probably the Mega Lopunny. So I kind of want to bring... I want to bring Togekiss for that, because of the Mega Lopunny, and I see the Whimsicott. I sort of want to bring Serperior for this team, although I also don't at the same time. But we can actually... But the thing with Serperior can set up the Leech Seed, which is kind of useful. But I feel like I need Greninja for this, just to live a hit. So I think I'm going to go Greninja, Togekiss, Kyogre, Rayquaza. Rayquaza can probably take care of the Lopunny if I need to. The crest is going to be a problem now. The crest will definitely be a problem. But here we go. So I'm going to guess my opponent's going to lead off Whimsicott and crest. Would be my guess. Either that or Whimsicott Lopunny. But I would think my opponent would want the Tailwind set up before setting up the Lopunny. Although it could just be the... Let's see. Yveltal! I did not expect to see that. Even though I did see my opponent had that and it is legendary, I did not expect to see that in this battle. But I am okay with that, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Ice Beam. And I want to Air Slash the Lopunny. Because I know it's going to Mega Evolve. I can't imagine why my opponent would not go for the Mega Evolution in this particular case. Although you never know, for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Mega Lopunny. And it's probably going to want a high jump kick Greninja. Either that or Drain Punch, I really don't know. But hopefully if we can get the hacks with the Air Slash, that would be appreciated very much. My opponent could easily switch out into the Whimsicott, but once again, I'd be perfectly happy with Air Slashing a Whimsicott. Alright, so my opponent is going to go for the Mega Evolution on the Lopunny, as I expected, which is kind of obvious, so I shouldn't say expected. So it's actually going to Fake Out on Greninja. So Yveltal is going to be at free range to Snarl, which is going to be resisted. So, but it's going to lower a special attack, isn't it? So that is actually horrible. We're going to land the Air Slash, though. But it's not going to do nearly enough. Alright, now... Greninja no longer has the Sash. Do I want to switch, then? I think I still have to Ice Beam, though, in the Yveltal. I'm just going to Aura Sphere on the... Alright, you're going to Low Kick, which is going to take out Greninja. But I am going to be able to take out the Lopunny, most likely, unless, I don't know, Oblivion Wing. That's going to be a problem. Can you live in Oblivion? No, we can live in Oblivion Wing. And since I didn't actually attack, it's a crit, too. So we're going to land the Aura Sphere, which is going to hopefully take out... I think it should take us out. Actually, it might... No, it's not stab, but it's still going to take it out because it's super effective. So we're going to take out the Lopunny, which is semi-nice because now it can't go for the... It can't go for a Fake Out for the double switch. My opponent's going to go into the Crest, which truly sucks now the Greninja's gone. This is kind of why my opponent, I guess, wanted to get rid of the Greninja. Alright, so we're going to bring out the Rain. Now, I kind of want to go for a Water Spout. I really kind of want to do that, even though it's stab, but it's not resisted. And I want to Air Slash... Actually, I want to T-Wave the... I would like to burn the Crest, but I'll be happy enough, I guess, T-Waving it. We're not going to do too much to it with Togekiss, to be honest, so I just want to T-Wave this at this point. Snarl is actually going to do too much, I think, to us to begin with, but since Kyogre does have that Assault Vest, I think... Don't go in... Wait, you have Groudon, don't you? There's the Groudon! Primal Reversion, I bet. Yeah, so... We're not going to actually do anything this turn, other than T-Wave the, I'm glad I T-Wave the Crest, to be honest, but... Primal Groudon is a threat with Kyogre, unless we have the... You've got to be kidding me! You've got to be kidding me. Stupid internet! That's going to end up being a loss for us, unfortunately. I think we might have ended up losing. We probably would have lost this battle anyway. Although maybe we would have been able to turn it around because of Rayquaza. But if the Crest had the Moonblast, we probably wouldn't have. But unfortunately, the internet is going to be a problem. Again. But there's only 2 more battles left. We're going to finish this. The internet is a problem. The 3DS has horrible Wi-Fi connection for some reason. I'll never be able to tell you why. I really don't know. But we are going to connect to the internet once again, and hopefully get through the next 2 battles without worrying about internet problems. But that unfortunately is going to bring us down. That is going to be a loss for us, so that kind of sucks. But it probably would have ended up being a loss anyway, to be honest. So that is going to bring us down to 16-12 with a 4-game differential. So, I mean, that's unfortunate, but we would have probably lost that battle anyway, so I don't feel too bad about this happening. Because my opponent, although I feel bad for my opponent for not being able to get the win that my opponent deserved for that case, it's still a win for my opponent nonetheless, so I'm okay with that, I guess. I really don't like when people DC, and I don't want my opponent to think I did DC, though. So if you happen to be my opponent and you happen to be watching this, I'm really sorry, but as you can see, it was an internet problem, not my fault. I mean, all I have is the internet I can deal with. I didn't expect this to happen. So we're gonna go up against Fails, who appears to be the King Nappy fan. Alright, so. Ooh, I see a Mega Beedrill. That is probably gonna be a problem. That's definitely a threat. The Breloom is gonna wanna spore something. This does look like a team that could be a real threat, to be honest. The Aerodactyl, this is definitely going to be a very speed-filled team, except for the Ampharos, which probably wants to set up a Cotton Guard. So, since I don't have an Earth Power user, that's going to be a problem. Although most of our team is special, so we should be able to get around that. The issue is going to be, of course, how we're not, because we have a horrible weakness to Electric. I mean, I need to bring Superior, because Superior will resist that, but on the other hand, Superior is a horrible weakness to Bug, Poison, and Flying, and Fire. So that team is gonna be bodying Superior, to be honest, except I need Superior for that Ampharos, probably. I mean, the Greninja's a thing, but I'm not too concerned about the Greninja, about what I'm gonna use specifically, because it does have that Protein ability. So, I mean, I could try Flamethrowing and guessing the Ice is going to happen if I go for Togekiss, which could probably take care of the Beedrill. I'm going to go Greninja, Togekiss, Superior, and Rayquaza. Because Kyogre is going to have some problems, unless the Aerodactyl is going to be a problem, though. I probably should have gone for Kyogre because of the Aerodactyl, or the Talonflame. But at the same time, Talonflame does have the Gale Wings, which is kind of why I'm afraid to not go for an E-Speed against it. My opponent's going to lead off Aerodactyl Greninja. I actually expected Breloom Ampharos, to be honest, or at least Breloom Talonflame, but okay. Alright, I want to Hydro Pump on the Aerodactyl. It's probably going to Mega Evolve if my opponent didn't bring Beedrill. And I want to Aura Sphere the Greninja if it's going to Ice Beam us. My opponent is actually going to Mat Block, so my opponent... Oh, you're going to get the free Ice Beam off, aren't you? And the free Iron Head off. My opponent's going to get the free Iron Head on Togekiss. No, my opponent is going to Rock Slide, which is actually going to hurt. It's going to break our Sash, and it's going to do half health to Togekiss. So Togekiss is actually going to probably... Yeah, it did exactly half. That really does suck. I have to Hydro Pump on the Aerodactyl, and I have to... I have to Aura Sphere on the Greninja, even though it's not going to do... I mean, if we can take out the Aerodactyl, then we'll be fine. If not, then... Alright, we are going to take out the Aerodactyl. Most likely Greninja is going to Ice Beam on Togekiss, which will probably take us out, especially if it is... It's going to Dark Pulse. Probably on Greninja, then. Yeah, it's going to be neutral. It's going to take us out. It's a crit. I'm going to assume it's Life Orb. Just because no, it's not Life Orb. But since I went for the Dark Pulse, I expect the Ice Beam, but Dark Pulse is still okay. We're going to land an Aura Sphere, which is almost going to do... Well, it's going to do enough damage to almost take it out. Alright. I kind of want to go into Rayquaza just to E-Speed and get rid of the Greninja. I just kind of want to do that. just to E-Speed and get rid of that thing. On the other hand, Ampharos is going to come out. We do have Superior, who can live a hit from Ampharos, unless it has HP Fire, or Signal Beam. Signal Beam is a thing, though. I'm going to Mega Evolve just to get rid of the weakness to Flying, so it'll be at least resisted. E-Speed on the Greninja, and I kind of... Static is a thing. It might be a Mega Ampharos, to be honest. If it is, then that's a thing. I want to Aura Sphere on the Ampharos, just in case. I mean, if it's a Mega Evolution, then Flamethrower will be resisted. Although burning it, I mean, it would just be nice to have some marginal damage. So we're going to bring up Delta Stream, so... We're going to E-Speed on the Greninja, which will take down the Greninja. So we're going to land the Aura Sphere on the Ampharos, most likely. Ampharos is probably going to Thunderbolt on Rayquaza, or actually Discharge, most likely, because it'll hurt both of our Pokemon. No, it's going to Dragon Pulse. I didn't expect that. I'm not going to lie, I did not expect that. We are going to live that, but that's a bulky Ampharos, I guess. Interesting. So my opponent is going to go into probably the Beedrill then. Yeah, there's the Beedrill. Alright. I don't know who I want to get rid of. I kind of want to get rid of that Beedrill, to be honest. I really want to get rid of that Beedrill, so I'm actually just going to Flamethrower the Beedrill. It's going to Mega Evolve. I think it's going to Protect. It seems a little too obvious to Protect that I am not going to predict the Protect. Yeah, it was way too obvious to Protect that I probably should have just gone for the Ampharos. I really should have. I should have, because it was way too obvious, but I messed up. Now we're in some real trouble, because Rayquaza is going to go down. I really should have attacked the... On the other hand... yeah, because now it can just... But this is not going to discharge, because the Beedrill would get hurt by that. I don't know. I don't know. Beedrill can easily Poison Jab, Togekiss, or Superior, and it would just one-shot, to be honest. So what I have to do is I have to actually Leaf Storm the Ampharos and Flamethrower, or I can Air Slash, which would be Stab. So Poison Jab on, let me guess, Togekiss? Yeah, that's gonna win my opponent the battle, to be honest. This team really didn't have too much other than Rayquaza for the Mega Beedrill, and that Protect is gonna win the battle. Especially because now Ampharos has lived that attack, and the light screen is gonna... And it's gonna set up the screen, which means my opponent just won the battle with Mega Beedrill. There's really not too much my team could really do other than Rayquaza, as I already said. I mean, I needed Togekiss to live, but Togekiss can't live a Poison Jab. I should have attacked the Ampharos. But I'm not very smart, as I've already pointed out. So Poison Jab is going to... is going to end up taking out. No way it doesn't take out Superior. There's no way it doesn't. I think Mega Beedrill gets adaptability, so yeah, that's gonna cost us the game. So we could have easily won that one if I wouldn't have been so stupid and went for the didn't overpredict. I mean, I knew that Protect was coming, I just knew it, but at the same time, I felt like it was way too obvious. So, on the other hand, why would you ever rely on a Beedrill's speed that doesn't Mega Evolve? That seems like way too obvious. So, either way, my final opponent is going to be Andre with... I see the Charizard, I see the Kyogre, I see the Kingdra, so it's probably going to be... Kingdra's gonna get faster in the rain thanks to the Kyogre. I see a Pachirisu, Rayquaza, and I see the Arcanine. So, I'm expecting Kyogre and Pachirisu with Kingdra and Rayquaza, unless my opponent leads off with something other than Kyogre and goes into Kyogre before going into the Kingdra. Because I can't imagine going with Arcanine and Charizard with Kyogre. That would be a little bit counterintuitive. unless you're running a, unless you're running Wild Charge. Or Thunder Fang. Alright. I'm gonna go with... I kinda have to bring Superior for this. So I'm gonna go... I'll bring Porygon too. I think I have to bring Greninja though. Because of this way, if we can outspeed, we can land a Mat Block so we can set up a free Leaf Storm just to get set up. And that's probably our best bet. I mean, if I was smart, I would have actually Scarfed Superior into Leaf Storm. If I was smart. But the only thing I was afraid of is if I have to go for a Dragon Pulse, I want the option. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I usually don't run... I don't like going for Choice Band, Choice Specs, or Choice Scarf, only because I'd rather just go for the Life Orb. And I gave the Life Orb to Rayquaza. So my opponent is going to lead off Kyogre Kingdra right off the bat. I seriously did not expect that, to be honest. I really didn't. I know we're taking an Ice Beam to the face. I can already tell you that. Kingdra is gonna go first. So all I can do is I can Dark Pulse and Leaf Storm on the Kyogre. And if we can manage to live the Ice Beam from Kingdra on Superior, then I mean we are gonna live that easily as long as it doesn't freeze us. So we're gonna be okay because if we can get a flinch on the Kyogre, that would be awesome because then we can land the Leaf Storm. Alright, we're gonna land the Leaf Storm. Is that gonna do enough though? Oh, that is. So now Kingdra is no longer going to have the Swift Swim activated. Well, unless we go into our Kyogre, which I'm going to try to avoid for now. Because the rain is going to be gone. So Kingdra is effectively not as useful. Pachirisu is going to be a little bit less fun to deal with. I think I'm actually just going to Leaf Storm. So what I'm actually going to do is, I'm going to Hydro Pump into Pachirisu because I have a feeling it might actually go for a Follow Me. And I'm going to Leaf Storm on the Kingdra. Leaf Storm, I feel like it's just going to, just in case, I'd rather go for... It's going to avoid the attack. Alright, Leaf Storm is going to get a crit and take out the Kingdra, though. So, alright, is Pachirisu actually going to attack or just going to nuzzle? It's going to nuzzle. So it's going to pretty much cripple Greninja. Which I'm okay with, I suppose. I mean, Greninja, I don't know. My opponent's probably going to go into the Arcanine then. No, Charizard. Interesting. So is that going to be a Charizard... I guess Charizard Y. I guess it'll be Charizard Y, so Hydro Pump is going to be weakened when it goes for its Mega Evolution. So you know what, I'm just going to Dark Pulse on the Charizard. I guess I'm going to have to just Dragon Pulse. Yeah, there's a Charizard Y. So I'd rather just go for the Dark Pulse at this point. I know Superior is going to get nuzzled. I can already tell you that. So we're going to land... Oh, Pachirisu is going to follow me. You know what, I'm okay with that. Charizard's going to Heat Wave though, which is going to take out both. Well, it's going to take out Superior, definitely. Greninja is paralyzed though. So Superior's going to go down. And Greninja's going to be fully powered. Stuff Follow Me really didn't make a difference to begin with. However, I am going to get rid of the Sun. So, now the Kingdra's gone, I have no misgivings about going into Kyogre. And Follow Me isn't going to make a difference against Kyogre, to be honest. So I can just go for the Dark Pulse on whichever. It really makes no difference. In fact, you know what, I can just Hydro Pump, to be honest, at this point. Less likely to hit, but... I mean, this way it'll do something. And then I can just Water Spout on both. Kyogre is going to get nuzzled. Charizard is going to protect. So, whatever. It's really not going to make that big a difference, because we're going to land the Water Spout on Pachirisu. It might live, but I don't think it will. If it was fully invested in Special Defense, with a beneficial nature, it might have. I don't know for sure. But... we're just gonna... I guess we can just go for the Water Spout on the Charizard now, and that should... Charizard is gonna Solar Beam, but it's gonna have to absorb light anyway, which in the rain, it's not gonna be be that good. I mean, the thing is, Charizard's not very good in the rain, at least Charizard Y. Only good when it brings out the sun. And once the sun goes away, Mega Charizard Y isn't quite as good, especially when the rain is out. So that is going to be a final win, which will bring us to, I believe, 15 and... So that's going to be a final win. So that will bring us to... That was our last battle. Alright. Fair enough. So, that is going to bring us to... How did we do exactly? Well, today we had... We went 6-4 with a 2-game... With a 6-4 with a 2-game differential. We did better earlier on than we did toward the end. We did have that one problem with the internet going out on us, which I'll disconnect now, I suppose. So that will bring us to a final score of 17 wins and 13 losses with a 4-game differential. That is definitely not bad. At least one more than I lost. So, thank you for joining me for this competition. It has really been fun. So thank you for putting up with my over-predictions, horrible internet, lucky hacks, unfortunate hacks, and just having fun. So, thank you for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye.